Sunderland are finally back in the Premier League after years of being stuck in lower divisions. But just take a look at this squad. How on earth are they supposed to compete in the world's best league? Well, that's where I come in. I'm taking charge of Sunderland's Premier League return, and my goal is to turn them from underdogs to Premier League winners. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Before we dream of winning the big trophies, Season 1 has a clear objective: avoiding relegation at all costs. We're starting things off by assessing our squad, but things do not look good. We're lacking Premier League quality in almost every position. No wonder the media has us favourites to get relegated again. Thankfully, there is still a bit of talent in this squad. I think we gotta build our team around Joe Bellingham, man. If he's anything like his big brother, we've got a future superstar in our ranks. 18-year-old Chris Rigg too looks like a proper talent. I like Trihume as well. The problem is all these talents are super young. I don't think they've got the Premier League experience. We're gonna need to bring a lot more to this Sunderland team if we want to survive. Now, we do have the Premier League TV money, but it's not as crazy as you'd think. About 39 million to spend, and already we're using a good chunk of that money on renewing contracts, as well as setting up our coaching department. And just like that, our budget has dropped even further to 36 million, and I'm really not sure if that's going to be enough to help us build a team to stay up. But okay, guys, I think I've got a plan. If you look at this team, what we're really missing is a goal-scoring striker. I don't think this Isidore is good enough. Also a left midfielder, as well as maybe a centre-back. If we can somehow sort out these three positions, I think we've got a chance of staying up. And I think I found the perfect players for our Sunderland project: Liam Delap, as well as Jack Clark. Now, both of them play for Ipswich, who have been relegated back down to the Championship, which means I think we can get a deal on these two talents. Besides that, Jack Clark has already played for Sunderland before, and that's why we had no issues in convincing Clark to return to Sunderland. And for 9 million, it's an absolute steal. On the other hand, we had to bring out the checkbook for Liam Delap, 20 million. But if we want to survive in the Premier League, this is the quality we need. There's no denying that our team is so much better now with Delap and Clark, but without an upgrade in our centre-back positions, staying up is going to be difficult. But we are out of cash now, just 3.5 million left. The only way we're signing another player is through a loan deal, and I'm already in negotiations with Chelsea. They've got a stacked squad, and that's why they don't mind loaning us out Badiashile for a season. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of loan deals, but right now we need this. And okay, that's the Sunderland team we've managed to build for Season 1, but I'm still not convinced if it's good enough to survive the Premier League. As expected though, we just didn't have the quality to compete in the Premier League. The big clubs basically treated us like target practice, boosting their goal difference at our expense. After 17 games, we had just one win and a miserable 8 points. It does look like we're going back down to the Championship, but one thing's for sure, we're not going down without a fight. Something did change over the past few months. Our young core, Bellingham, Neil, Rigg, they started to finally adapt to the Premier League, and up front, our new signings of Liam Delap and Jack Clark finally found a bit of form, and with every goal, they gave us something we hadn't felt in a long time: hope. We've made it to the end of the season and we're 18th in the league. But wait, there's one game still left, and if we win, that should put us above Nottingham Forest. We could still pull off the great escape, but we have to win our final Premier League game of the season. But no way, the game to decide whether Sunderland stay up is going to be against their bitter rivals Newcastle. If Newcastle are the ones to send us back down to the Championship, that would be the most humiliating day in the club's history. We cannot allow that to happen. We have to win this game, stay up, continue our Sunderland project. Getting relegated could be a setback we just never come back from, and Patterson making a big save early on. But the pressure from Newcastle, it's too much. Again, another save from Patterson. It is so unfair that we're having to compete right now like this with Newcastle. They've got so much more money, so much more quality. And now Anthony Gordon has managed to put Newcastle into the lead. This is getting depressing. Newcastle are just relentless, man. It seems like there's nothing we can do. Another chance for them. Loose ball, and Gordon gets to it first. This is the darkest day in Sunderland's history. Our biggest rivals have relegated us. This is absolutely brutal. Sunderland have been relegated. And I mean, the fact that I was brought in to manage them in the Premier League, but now we're going down to the Championship. It's tough to take. To be honest, I do think we did the best we could with the resources we had. Our players also got better as the season progressed and put up a fight towards the end. And that's why I'm not giving up. We're going to go back down to the Championship with humility, continue building this team from the ground up, because I'm sure that very soon we'll be back in the Premier League. Season 2 with Sunderland kicks off now, and this is not good. We've got an email from the board. They want to cash in on Liam Delap. And I can see why, because West Ham have come in with a £60 million offer. That is big money for the Sunderland board to turn down. But if we sell Liam Delap, the project we're building here to become a Premier League club once again, to compete for the title in the future, it'll just completely fall apart. And so I have somehow managed to convince the board to reject this offer, but on one condition. If we don't get promoted straight back to the Premier League this season, the board will then look to sell not only Liam Delap, but even Jack Clark. Okay, now we've got to think. What can we do to guarantee Sunderland promotion back to the Premier League? Of course, we're going to need a new centre-back. Badiashile has gone back to Chelsea. He was only on loan. Apart from that, I think we could also do with a right midfielder. We are going to have a problem to find talent, though, because players from top divisions, they're not going to be interested to play for a championship club. But I have found a couple of interesting players, though. Harwood Bellis at Southampton, 77 rated. Not as good as Badiashile, but considering our situation, not a bad signing at all. Now, the other player I found was Carlos Alvarez, playing for Levante in the Segunda division. I mean, come on, 22 years old, 77 rated. These are the kind of players we need for Project Sunderland. But we are running tight on budget, boys. Just 18 million left after that signing of Harwood Bellis. But thankfully, it is enough to secure the signing of Carlos Alvarez. The championship season begins now, and we've got our new signings already starting. And thankfully, even Liam Delap. I'm so grateful the board didn't sell him. But I hate the fact that we're back in the championship. We need to get out of here as soon as possible. But I gotta say, it feels good to be steamrolling teams as Joe Bellingham gets himself a goal. Oh, and now Liam Delap has gone through, could get himself a big one, and there you go. We might have gotten relegated last season, but we're doing everything possible to get right back up. It's the end of the championship season now, and we're about to find out whether we're going up or not. I don't want to play in the playoffs, man. I want direct promotion, and that's what we get. Sunderland finished second, 100 points as well. I am not surprised at all, because just look at the growth we've had on this team. Liam Delap is up to an 84. You bet the board are happy they didn't sell him back then. It's not just Delap, though, because even our new signings, Harwood Bellis and Carlos Alvarez, have grown well. Joe Bellingham up to a 79 too. We're going to be heading to the Premier League, I feel, in much better shape. The foundation of our team is so much better. And if the board can back us next season, I think we can make this Sunderland team forget about lower league football and make them a regular Premier League club. For Season 3, our goal is to end the cycle of yo-yoing between the Premier League and the Championship. We gotta make Sunderland a mainstay Premier League club, because only then we'll be able to make progress. Now, I do have some transfer plans, but those totally depend on the board backing us. And looks like they are. 58 million, our biggest budget yet. It's way more than what we had in our first Premier League return. Not just that, there's no pressure from the board to sell Delap or even Jack Clark. And that's exactly what we need to build this team forward, and I've got a plan. I think we need a goalkeeper upgrade massively. As good as Patterson has been in the Championship, the Premier League demands more. But not just that, I want to shore up our defense by bringing in a world-class centre-back as well. We get these two things sorted, and I think we'll easily avoid relegation. Now, I've already got the centre-back I want to bring in. It's someone we're all familiar with, Badiashile. He was with us on a loan spell that was, I think, pretty successful. But back then, we didn't have the money to make it permanent. But now we do, so for 18 million, Badiashile is joining Sunderland. But this time on a permanent contract. But the big transfer I'm after is the Brazilian goalkeeper Bento. He's giving me budget Alisson vibes. He used to play with Al Nassr before, and that means he's trained with Cristiano Ronaldo. And no wonder he's 84 rated. That's exactly what we need. He's 28 as well. A prime age for goalkeepers. We are taking a risk here by breaking our transfer record. 30 million to sign Bento. But we need this kind of quality if we want to survive and thrive in the Premier League. Just compare the difference in our team from our first Premier League return to now. It's just unrecognizable. Even the OG players that were back then are now so much better. The new signings have improved the team massively too. Also, it's not just the team. I'm also changing my tactics this time around. The truth is, with this Sunderland squad that we have, we can't expect to go toe-to-toe with the big boys in the Premier League. That's what I tried to do in the first season, and we got punished massively for it. Instead, we're going to opt for a more counter-attacking style of play, making use of the pace that Jack Clark, Alvarez have got, Liam Delap's strength. I think this way we'll get the best out of the team. But we'll only find out how much we've learned on the pitch as we're heading to St. James's Park to play Newcastle. The last time we played them, they relegated us down to the Championship. This time things are different. Our team has learned more, and that's a penalty. Liam Delap is the man stepping up. He could put us into the lead against Newcastle. And oh, what a pen. Oh, no, I'm getting a feeling of deja vu as it's Anthony Gordon, but Bento makes the big save. That's the difference a good goalkeeper can make. And here's Carlos Alvarez, the little man with incredible pace. The Spaniard has gone through. He keeps going. He's going to square this one. Liam Delap with the simplest tap-in. Sunderland are back in the Premier League, and this time they're here to stay. And that's what I'm talking about, boys. We end the Premier League season finishing 11th above Manchester United. Although I don't think that's a big achievement anymore.
Boom. Roasted.
But I think it's fair to say that we have established ourselves as a regular Premier League club with that. It's still a long way to go, though, because we want to be in that top half of the table. But just look at the progress overall-wise. Joe Bellingham is now 81. Clark 81 as well. Liam Delap just keeps getting better and better. And no way, in the official Premier League team of the season, we had a couple of Sunderland players, Joe Bellingham and Badiashile. That just goes to show how well we've built this squad. We are now in a position where we don't have to worry about being in a relegation scrap. It's time for Sunderland to dream bigger. But wait a minute, we're starting off Season 4 with the biggest offer ever received for a Sunderland player. £166 million for Liam Delap. Now, a couple of seasons ago, we had an opportunity to sell Delap. The board wanted me to, but I didn't let it go through. I needed Liam Delap to get this club promoted. The reason we're now a Premier League club is Liam Delap. But this is crazy money. We could make like 3 to 4 signings with this. Now, thankfully, the board have learned to trust my judgment, so they're going to allow me to make the decision on this. And honestly, I'm in two minds. We could actually even counter and get more money for Liam Delap, upwards of 200 million. But do I want to sell him? That's the real question. He's the highest rated player in our squad by far. But selling him might also be the only way to improve the rest of our team. Because look at the budget we've got, just 37 million. This feels like lesser money than what we had back in the championship. It feels like we've got two choices here. Keep Liam Delap, continue building the team around him slowly, or making a bold decision of putting the team above everyone else, cashing in on Liam Delap, and then using that money to completely transform this team. And you know what? I think we should at least negotiate with Liverpool and see what they say. Because truth be told, if we can get near 200 million of cash, I think that's the right play. It would completely change our team. But no, in fact, Arnie Slot does not want him. The deal has fallen through. Does that mean Liam Delap is going to stay? Well, maybe not, because now we've received a £178.5 million offer from Brighton. I don't know where they're getting this kind of money. I'm still going to try my best to get the most money out of this deal. And looks like at 190 million, we've struck a deal. And yes, boys, we're saying goodbye to Liam Delap, a player who gave us hope. His goals is what's got us so far. But I think we would have been foolish not to accept such a big transfer fee. Our transfer budget is now over 200 million. This feels like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for Sunderland. And if we make the right signings, reinvest that money correctly, I think we can push to the next level with Sunderland, finish maybe top 6, get European football. But it's not going to be easy, because whenever most clubs sell a big superstar for big money, they really struggle to reinvest those funds. But we can't let that mistake happen. Now, I do have a plan of how I want to reinvest this money. A left back. We do need someone better than Sirkin. A centre back, preferably a high-rated one. Someone with experience as well. Also a midfielder. I want someone real quality who plays alongside Bellingham and Rigg. And finally, we of course need a new striker to fill in the boots of Liam Delap. I don't know if 200 million is going to be enough for all of this, but if we can pull it off, we'll have a proper team. We're starting off with the left back position, as I found Harrison Burrows, 82 rated left back from Bournemouth. Just the quality we need for 28 million. For the centre-back spot, Levi Colwill seems to be the perfect mix of experience as well as a bit of youth. He's still 25, 84 rated, more room to grow. And for 40 million, you just can't go wrong. Now, for the centre-mid spot, we do have Matt O'Reilly. I like the look of this Danishman. 85 rated, 27 years old, in his prime. And we do have a good relationship with Brighton, because of course, we just sold them Liam Delap. And that helped us get probably the bargain of the century. 40 million. That's all we paid for Matt O'Reilly. So far, I think our approach has been on point. Our team looks so much more balanced, but we're still yet to bring in the Liam Delap replacement. We do still have 90 million in the bank. Getting this right could decide everything. Now, it did take me a while to go through all the striker options, but the one player that caught my eye, Dusan Vlahovic. He's 28, near his prime. 86 rated, he's already good. If we sign him, we don't have to worry about him adapting, being able to fill Liam Delap's boots. We know what we'll get, and that's goals. But yes, on the other side, he is a bit old. He's not going to get all that much better. But right now, that is exactly what I feel this Sunderland team needs. A bit of experience. And for 65 million, we're bringing in Vlahovic. With that, we've spent the 200 million we had, and this is the team we've assembled. We sacrificed one superstar to improve the overall squad, but was that the right play? Now, we did feel the loss of Liam Delap on the pitch, especially his goals. But since our team had so much more quality throughout the pitch, we started seeing goals coming from everywhere. Alvarez and Jack Clark improved their output. Vlahovic was doing his job up top. But the big difference this season was our defense. Levi Colville just let nothing by him. End of the season, and we've now made it to the big leagues. 5th in the Premier League, our highest finish yet. And I told you our improved defense has been doing the job because we conceded lesser goals than teams like Liverpool. But how big is finishing 5th? It's going to get us European football. The sacrifice we made by selling Delap, it's completely paid off now because this team has done it. And just look at the growth as well, especially for Joe Bellingham, who's now become our captain. He's up to an 85 overall. But it's not just him. Every player in our team is now 80 plus rated. I think we're now finally in a position where we can take the fight to teams like Newcastle, Aston Villa, Arsenal. Because I know it's been frustrating to see our biggest rival Newcastle win European trophies as well now. I think we can dream of all that success too, especially if next season the board back us with a big budget. And that's what I'm talking about, boys. 107 million our budget for season 5. And I think this has happened because we've qualified for Champions League football. That's right, with the new format, even finishing 5th can get you the Champions League. And this is now huge because we can now afford to reject big offers coming in for our players like this one. 97.4 million for Joe Bellingham. If we weren't playing Champions League football, we probably would have had to accept this. But this is a new Sunderland era. We can keep our best players and we're going to build our team around them. We now need to figure out how to use the 100 million that we've got efficiently on this team. I think if we do that, we can build a team that can compete for both the Premier League as well as put up a fight in the Champions League. And I think one way of doing that is by improving the firepower in our attack. As good as Jack Clark is, he's 28, and that might be Jamie Bino Gittins. He's currently playing at Man City, but his contract is expiring. No way did we just get a player like Jamie Gittins for 50 mil. I think this was only possible because we qualified for Champions League and Man City actually did. Now we still have got cash left and I'm in two minds. We could either get a better centre-back than Badia Shield, shore up our defense, or we could get an upgrade for Rig. This kid has been here from literally day one. He's not been growing all that quickly, but I know there's still talent there. He's only 22. I want to give him another year to try and grow and become as good as possible. And that's why we'll focus on improving our centre-back department. But first, I'm selling Badia Shield. We need to generate funds if we want to sign another centre-back. And that's why we're saying goodbye to him. 26.2 million is what we're raising from him. With the cash coming in from the Badia Shield deal, my eyes are now set on Dean Hodgson. He's currently playing for Aston Villa, last season's Premier League champions. You guys know in real life, this kid's going to be playing for Real Madrid. The talent is there. And that's what we need to take Sunderland towards Premier League glory. I think we've just broken Sunderland's transfer record. 67 million for Dean Hodgson. I know it's crazy to spend that kind of money on a centre-back. And just look at our team right now. I mean, it's just incredible, especially when you compare it to the team we had in the first season. Now, wait a minute. We might still have some more transfer dramas. There's a massive offer coming in for Vlahovic. 106 million? Hang on a minute. If we can sell Vlahovic for big money like this, would we be able to sign Liam Delap back again? Because imagine we add Liam Delap into the mixture. That's instantly a squad I feel that can win Sunderland the Premier League. But that is not happening. Liam Delap has just gone on and become the world's best striker. 94 rated. I don't think we'll ever be able to sign him back again. I am having a bit of regret that we sold him. But hey, if we hadn't done that, I don't think we'd be a Champions League club now. We wouldn't have had the players like Levi Colville, O'Reilly, Gittins. It was a sacrifice at that time we had to make. Now, wait a minute. Something happened and we're not in the Champions League anymore. No way. I don't know how we got booted out. At the start, I did check we were in the Champions League. On that basis is where we got the extra budget. Unbelievable. Somehow we got dumped into the Europa League. Nah, man. I have no idea how this happened. But maybe being in the Europa League wasn't so bad after all, because we were crushing teams in here. And I can't believe this, boys. Sunderland have made a European final. And we're up against Club Brugge. We're the favourites here. Oh my days, this has been a solid season. Second in the Premier League as well. Still a couple of games left, but mathematically we're not catching up to Man City. Oh, but the FA Cup, we lost the final. But you know what? This season has been incredible for growth. Bellingham is up to an 87, O'Reilly 88, and I'm glad we put a bit of faith in Chris Rick, because he's now up to an 85. I think we're at the stage where it's time to bring glory to Sunderland. Even with all that growth, this season has been one of near misses. We came second in the Premier League, lost the FA Cup final, but now with this Europa League final, we can turn a new page in Sunderland's history, one where they'll be the ones winning all the trophies. But we gotta first show that they're ready to get it over the line. We need to win this Europa League final. It's funny how we were supposed to be in the Champions League, but instead we're in the Europa League, and we're making it count. Alvarez with the goal. No, no, no. Our European dream could get crushed right here, but Bento makes a big save. And it's done. We've managed to hold on. Sunderland have won the Europa League. We're European champions. But this is just the start. We're coming for the big leagues. The Premier League, the Champions League. We're taking Sunderland to the top. We're now in Season 6 and our goal is absolutely clear. It's time we make Sunderland Premier League champions. And I mean, you look at our team and the quality is there. I actually don't want to change anything in the first team. But if we want to win the Premier League, compete in the Champions League as well, squad depth is going to be important. And we do have 120 million to spend. That's what we get for being a Champions League club. And yes, this time officially we are going to be in the Champions League. But yeah, with 120 million, we could have made a serious upgrade to our first team. Maybe by bringing in a new left back. But I think the core of our team is so strong, these players are only going to just keep growing. Let's keep the first team as is. But we'll strengthen our squad by bringing in players like Jacob Greaves from Ipswich Town, 80 rated centre-back, just the kind of squad depth we need. Also, Simon Adingra, who used to play for Brighton, 83 overall winger. Off the bench, he could be crazy good. But we're not done yet. I want a super sub midfielder, and Joe Willock can do the job. And finally, for the backup striker position, we're bringing Ethan Wheatley. He used to play for Manchester United, but now he's going to be playing for Sunderland. I think we've now assembled the greatest squad in Sunderland's history. Our first team is obviously incredible, but look at the quality we've got on the bench too. And this added squad depth was the difference maker. We were able to bring on fresh legs in games. Adingra and Wheatley off the bench was simply a cheat code. We were now able to compete in both the Premier League and the Champions League. But elsewhere, the monster we created, Liam Delap, was having the season of his life. 11 goals in 8 games. Brighton are unbeaten at the top of the Premier League. And if we want to win the Premier League this season, we're going to have to tame the very monster we created. And there he is, boys. Liam Delap. I can't believe to win the Premier League, we're going to have to go through him. And already he's on the attack with the ball. No, no, no. Against his former club, Liam Delap has scored. Did we make a mistake selling him all those years ago? I guess we'll never know whether we made the right call or not. But what we do know is we've got Vlahovic leading the line, who gets us back into the game. The big difference is Brighton have that one superstar. They're constantly finding Liam Delap on the ball. But all I know is we've just got to mark him there. And Joe Bellingham did a brilliant job there. And the overall quality we've got is a lot better. As what a pass that is for Vlahovic. Onside. And there you go. We take the lead against Brighton. Oh, but Liam Delap is not done yet as he goes through 2 players like they weren't even there. Still Liam Delap. This is bad. This is bad. And somehow we defend that. And yes, guys, we managed to hold on. The better team got the result. But man, Liam Delap, what a player. End of the season, and yes, boys, we have made Sunderland champions of England. 10 points over our rivals, Brighton. Also, look at that. Newcastle were nowhere to be seen. I do feel bad for Liam Delap, though. Look at the season. He had 32 goals. Top scorer of the Premier League. But our project was just simply better. We built a better team. And just look at some of the ratings as well. Bellingham and O'Reilly up to a 90. Chris Rigdo has ended up becoming one of the best attacking midfielders in the world. Vlahovic has been such a brilliant veteran signing for us. now I feel like there's only one trophy left for us in this Sunderland project, and it's the Champions League. Now, since we've built such a good overall squad, we were able to compete on both fronts, and we've topped the UCL's league phase. Round of 16, we've knocked out Club Brugge, Monaco in the quarterfinals. Oh, but in the semi-finals, AC Milan just about got the better of us. But you know what? I think the quality's there. Season 7, we're gonna push for the Champions League. We're now in our 7th season of this Sunderland project, and I know exactly what we need to try and win the Champions League. But we're starting off first by selling Dusan Vlahovic. Yes, I've just made a massive decision. The striker that won us the Premier League. It's time to say goodbye. Now again, this has been a great bit of business. We've sold him for 121 million. With that, our budget is up to 258. And the reason I've done that is to bring home Liam Delap. That's right, boys. I think I want to bring back the monster we created. Last season, you guys saw just how good he was. Single-handedly almost carried Brighton to the Premier League. If we can add a 94 rated striker to our team, that'll instantly make us favorites for the Champions League. But hold up, I've got a meeting right now with Joe Bellingham, our captain, and he wants me to sign his big brother Jude. Okay, there's no denying Jude Bellingham is just as good as Liam Delap. But where would we play him? Because I don't want to bench Chris Rigg. O'Reilly is crazy good as well, and we're not replacing one Bellingham with another. I'm sorry, Joe, we're going to do what's best for Sunderland, and that is undoubtedly bringing Liam Delap home. The beast is back. Okay, with Liam Delap in the ranks, we only finished 6th in the league phase. But to be honest, that doesn't matter. The fact that we knocked out Bayern Munich does matter. Quarterfinals, we've gotten the better of Real Madrid. And this time in the semi-finals, we get the job done. Sunderland are going to be playing a Champions League final. And oh man, PSG are going to be a tough team to beat. Oh, but look at the stats. That's what Liam Delap can bring. 51 goals. Nah, that is just simply sensational. This team that we've built over the last 7 seasons, it all now comes down to a Champions League final. Do you know what? I am confident going into this game. We've played a European final before. We've won it. But yes, I do know the Champions League is a whole nother ball game. We need to get Liam Delap running. But right now, I see Bino Gittins, who's got all the pace in the world. Let's go. Bino Gittins running through. I do see Delap in a good spot, but no, we can't find the pass. So far, we've not seen anything from Liam Delap. I need him to make those runs. That's more like it. What a clearance from PSG. Man, this first half has been insane. Probably the craziest 0-0 I've seen so far. That first goal, man, we just need that. I think that'll change everything. And I'm sending Liam Delap through on goal. I think he's onside. No, he hits the crossbar. Are you joking? Oh, but we might find a bit of space here with Alvarez. Alvarez, it is the Spaniard who gets us a goal. Champions League final, and Sunderland have the lead. It's kind of fitting it's Alvarez. He's one of the hardest working players in the squad. He's, of course, got the 90s style with his shirt tucked in. No. PSG have woken up, and no. We were so close to winning the Champions League. And now we're back to square one. But Alvarez again, done brilliantly. Looking for Liam Delap. Surely, I can't believe Liam. How do you not score that? Liam, you've been absolutely wasteful, but you can all change that by going through you. I can't believe it. He's had 3 big chances. He's not taken any of them. We're trying something from a set piece here. As Rigg puts the ball in. This could be it. Surely finds a chance, and again it's saved. Okay, we might still have one more chance. Joe Bellingham finding a bit of space. It's blocked. Again, Bellingham here. Could our captain conjure up something? He tries, but no. We are going to have to go to extra time to try and win the Champions League. And I see the space for Liam Delap. Surely this is his moment. Liam Delap, finally. He's made amends for all his misses. He's put us into the lead. But I'm still not sure if that's enough. There's still about 20 minutes left. But it's done, boys, full time. We've just made Sunderland champions of Europe. 7 seasons of building and developing this squad. Oh, man, what a story this has been. And what a way to wrap things off as well, with Captain Joe Bellingham lifting the trophy. And if you enjoyed this video, why not watch me manage Leicester City, but in the Championship? Click here.